Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to go through some financial news with you guys real quick before I hit the road. I'm actually flying out west today, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things I thought were really interesting from a financial perspective. First off, congrats to those yesterday who talked to us about making money selling stock options. You can go to drboyceprime.com, Prime. If you'd like to take a look at the program, it's really good. A lot of people love it, and I encourage you to go take advantage of the discount while it's in place. That's the first thing. So, congrats and thank you to those who hung out with us last night. The first thing I want to also mention as far as news is that Google is being sued right now for antitrust law violations. I just want to mention quickly, I agree with the lawsuit. Google has engaged in a lot of antitrust behavior, largely to the detriment of online publishers. So if you had a blog or a YouTube channel or whatever, you probably got screwed by Google because they weren't trying to really help these companies share in the massive revenue they were earning. And the Department of Justice is finally investigating this. I wish they'd done it sooner. I think that the DOJ and the SEC and a lot of our government regulators, they just don't do their job, and it causes a lot of problems. For a lot of customers and as well as suppliers or those who are part of the ecosystem and they're not at the top. So that's really one of the downsides of capitalism, because a lot of your government is controlled by capitalism. That's why a lot of American food, for example, is very unhealthy, because the FDA is in bed with the food lobby, and and it all comes down to money. So it's a big problem. Now, here's an interesting story I read in Bloomberg today. There's a guy named Adani Rout, who is the richest man in India. Well, a company called Hindenberg Research just wrote a really scathing report about their corporate governance of his company, and his stocks have just absolutely plunged because of this. This man's companies have lost $50 billion in a couple of days. $50 billion. And I'm going to read a little bit of this to you. It's in Bloomberg if you want to finish up on the story. It says the sell-off of Gautam Adani's corporate empire accelerated on Friday, erasing more than $50 billion of market value in less than 2 sessions, as Asia's richest man struggles to contain the fallout from a scathing report by U.S. short seller Hindenburg Research. And they have taken down some companies. If you remember, the Hindenburg was that big floating balloon that just went kaboom, that just sort of came out of the sky. I don't know if that's where the name came from. They said the route is piling pressure on the Indian tycoon as it erodes his net worth and threatens to sour investor sentiment toward the $2.5 billion share sale by his flagship firm Adani Enterprises Limited. Losses accelerated even after the Adani Group disputed Hindenburg's allegations in a Thursday call with bondholders and pledged to release a detailed rebuttal on Friday. Adani Enterprises lost more than 19% on Friday, sliding below its 3,276 rupees level, at which anchor investors were allotted shares in the follow-on equity sale. Some units like Adani Green Energy Limited and Adani Total Gas plunged by 20%, adding to a $12 billion sell-off in group companies on Wednesday. Volumes in these stocks were at least triple their 3-month average. The sell-off hit sentiment in the broader Indian market as trading resumed after Thursday's holiday. The benchmark NSE Nifty 50 index lost more than 1.5%. It says the issue, quote, the issue strikes at the heart of the Indian corporate sector, seen where a number of family-controlled conglomerates dominate, said Gary Dugan, Chief Executive Officer of Global CIO Office. By their very nature, they are opaque, and global investors have to take on the trust issues of corporate governance. So what they're basically saying is that these family-owned companies are corrupt, that these family-owned companies have a lot of cronyism, and that is to be expected, honestly, especially in India, where corporate governance isn't what it is in the United States, even though corporate governance here is far from perfect, but at least you have regulatory agencies that kind of scrutinize things a little bit more. But over there, you have family-run businesses that are taking public money, and that's another big issue, right? If they were family-run businesses that were using their own capital, they could do whatever they want. But when you're using public money from public investors, then you have a little bit more scrutiny. And so this is the big deal. India's richest man, he's losing billions of dollars as we speak. So look him up. It's really interesting. His name is Adani Rout, Rout. And so feel free to. I'm sorry. It says Adani Rout. That's his name isn't Rout. My apologies. His name is Gautam Adani. Gautam Adani. A Rout is not his name. Rout is what's happening to him. So my bad, my mistake. Forgive me for that. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get out of here. So like I said, if you want to take a look at the Prime program where we talk about selling options and generating income from that, feel free to go to drboyceprime.com, or you can watch the presentation we did yesterday right here on this channel. Feel free to go take a look. And also, if you'd like to take a look at our financial flashcards for kids, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. I have a lot of tools there for you. And also in the Black Business School, we're doing a lot of great work for you. So feel free to go hang out with us. So take care, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Peace.